Speaking of the Bengals, let's go on to our next topic of the day. Let's talk about your man, Brock Purdy.
Why he got to be my man?
I'm just talking about the world, the Twitter's man. You know what I mean? He's like Joe Montana. He's like this and that. Why do 49er fans do this? Because I'm old enough to remember when Jimmy Garoppolo got traded to the San Francisco 49ers from the New England Patriots. Now, look, young fella, sit down. You know, some of my young guys, here, sit down. I need to tell you a story. How we think about Jimmy Garoppolo today is not how we thought about Jimmy Garoppolo in 2015. Okay? People were talking crazy about Jimmy Garoppolo in 2000. Remember when people were like, Robert Kraft forced Bill Belichick to trade Jimmy Garoppolo because he knew that was going to be the successor to his man's.
Hey, dog, that was sick. That was nasty.
Yeah. This might shock you if you were not paying attention to football in 2015 and you woke up here in 2023 and now you're seeing this. But people used to talk crazy about Jimmy Garoppolo. Then Jimmy Garoppolo got traded to the 49ers. And he won like 6 straight games. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing it. They had because Browns fans love misery. So like the Browns didn't get to trade for Jimmy. And the whole thing was that Bill didn't want to send him to Cleveland. He didn't want to do that to Jimmy. He wanted to set him up right. All right. So they trade him to San Francisco. They bring on this beat reporter from San Francisco. And the beat reporter, they're like, hey, how's Jimmy Garoppolo going? And the first thing out this man's mouth was, well, Riz, it just reminds me a lot of Joe Montana. And people might be shocked by this. Back then, I was a Jimmy Garoppolo believer. I always got a soft spot in my heart for FCS quarterbacks, Went to Youngstown State. I know what the struggle they go through. Always be right. I was like, you know what? He might be Joe Montana. And then he got hurt the next year. Okay, came back, went to the Super Bowl. Everybody being mean to Jimmy. What you mean he threw an interception with his eyes closed? It happens, right? It happens.
It don't.
But then I learned more and got more into this. And then I realized one day that Jimmy Garoppolo is just butt. And time is truly a Ouroboros. Shout out to all my Loki fans out there. You know what I mean? It's a snake eating his own tail. It's a flat circle.
Chill, because I'm only on episode 2. Chill out.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what happened at the end of
No, don't you do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin that for me.
Time is truly a flat circle. Because it is the year of our Lord 2023. And it feels like we back 8 years ago talking about Jimmy with Brock Purdy. Win most of his games early. Everybody talking like, you know what? He's the next Tom. We did this with Jimmy. Meanwhile, Jacoby Brissett played better when he was at the Patriots. Like, I feel bad for Jacoby Brissett because I know every time he look at Jimmy Garoppolo, he like, your life should be mine. Like,
it's that Yukio meme? Is that Yukio? It should have been me.
It should be me, cuz. Should be, because like he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Like I will stand 10 toes down on that hill. Like if Jacoby Brissett were put in the same situation that Jimmy Garoppolo would be put in, I feel like he'd still be there. Like he should be Byron Leftwich of this era. Like that's really what Jacoby should be. But like him and Tyrod just got bad breaks. Just continue to get the worst breaks in the world. Hard for a brother out here. Truly. Like if you ever wonder how hard it is for a brother, look at Jacoby Brissett and Tyrod Taylor, man. He back in the hospital with his ribs. And he ain't taking no painkillers now because of what happened the last time they tried to give him that shot. So I'm chilling. Like, and then Jacoby Brissett out here behind Sam Howell. Like,
come on, bro.
That's tough. That's tough. Both of them had to be behind quarterbacks they know they better than. Okay.
Hey, pray for Tyrod, bro, because the football guy got something against that man. Something bad happened everywhere he goes.
Look, I just hope that Tyrod he hit on a good investment or something like that, and he get blessed in other ways because they did not choose to bless him in his football to Buffalo to the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, and then even Buffalo fans wasn't even trying to run him no slack. They was trying to get the Peterman in there. Like, this is ridiculous. But I bring up those other quarterbacks because it's like when some quarterbacks have success, we know how to handle it. We know how to handle it with the proper amount of skepticism. But boy, oh boy, Brock Purdy get out there, he looked awkward, and it's a fun story because he was Mr. Irrelevant, and now, you know, he get that Kyle Shanahan magic, and people done lost their damn minds about Brock Purdy. And now all that's happening is that it's coming back to earth. 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions the last 3 games. I also want to point out 2 of those games were against 2 of the better defensive lines he's ever played against. You also look at the Philadelphia game from last year. That first quarter he was in, it wasn't looking promising. And you start to think to yourself, is Brock Purdy a game manager or is Brock Purdy Eli Manning? Because people swore to themselves Eli Manning was a game manager. If you watch enough New York Giants football, you would know that nothing could be further from the truth. Okay? Eli Manning was a 50-50 ball thrower. Eli Manning was taking risk every drive. Eli Manning, look, you can always tell if a quarterback's a game manager or not. Ask their wide receivers how they feel about them, right? Like, if you ever wanted to know if your quarterback was a game manager, ask your wide receivers how they feel about them. Because the ones that your wide receivers love be throwing some crazy shit. All right. Crazy passes. Ill-advised. He gonna give me an opportunity to make a play, right? Like, I remember Andrew Hawkins was like, see, everybody didn't like Johnny, but I like Johnny because Johnny would throw that thing. And I was like, see, look, your wide receiver.
It's the Adrian. When I seen him throw that ball. I bet you ask Justin Jefferson how he feel about Kirk, he'd be like, well, I love Kirk.
He'd be like, look, y'all got the story wrong on Kirk because Kirk ain't no game manager until it matter, right? Until it matter. He the reverse PJ, right? PJ Walker can't throw the ball out of bounds when he's supposed to throw it out of bounds. Kirk Cousins can't throw the ball downfield. If Kirk Cousins thought a little bit more like PJ Walker, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. It's kind of true. If he had a little PJ in him, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
We can't go 1 week.
And he tore his Achilles, dog. Like, yeah, we really should. We really should run him some breaks. We really should. They won that game too. I hope Kirk come out of that cool, man. But look, man, if Dak Prescott had a little bit of that PJ Walker in him. Hey Dak, I feel bad for you, bro, because your shield has gone down. Like, Kirk Cousins is the only thing that stops us from looking at Dak Prescott like, what's up with you? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, he about to catch all the slander on here.
Ooh.
We can't talk about Kirk no more.
Yeah. We ain't no look, because it was like, hey, the Cowboys lose in the second round on Saturday. Kirk Cousins lose in the second round on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, he had that security blanket. Nah, dog. We gonna be talking about you losing to the Detroit Lions. All right, like.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for my last.
Oh man,
can't wait for it.
But this video is supposed to be about Brock Purdy. Let's try to talk about Brock.
I told you. I've been telling you for weeks. That man is a product of the system. He's a product of the system. He had the best job in football. Just get the ball out to all these Pro Bowlers and All Pros. And now when he actually got to play against good teams, or some not so good teams, to be honest with you, he looked bad.
Do you think it was the concussion that he got cleared of?
No, you know what it was for real though? The Browns broke him.
You think the Browns broke him?
The Browns broke him, man. It's been all downhill. It's been all downhill since that Cleveland game, dog. It's been all downhill. Dante Whitner was talking about it's a fluke. They're not that good. Blah blah blah. Now look what's happening. Now look what's happening. You lost the game to the Kirk. Hey, Kirk cooked that defense. Cooked that defense when they played the Vikings.
Yep.
Joe cooked him. Joe cooked him yesterday. Who they play next? They probably gonna get cooked again.
That's the thing we need to talk about. Like as much as it's going wrong with the offense there, the defense,
hey,
not
secondary
holding up.
That secondary. Let's talk about it.
I've seen Javarius Ward on posters. Like Amari done put him on a poster. I don't even want to talk about what old boy did to him on Monday Night Football.
Hey, Jordan Addison.
To be fair, he got him, right? He got him in the first quarter. Jordan came back on that one on the second quarter a little bit stronger though. Like, hey, you knocked me out, you knocked me down, but I knocked you out.
It's like you dunk on somebody and it's like a cool dunk, but then they come back and just hit you with something crazy.
No, like, you know, it's like it's like if you was what's his name? Brandon. What was the dude name? He got dunked on. It's like if you was that dude on the Pistons that got dunked on by DeAndre Jordan, Brandon Knight, and you shot the ball and you eyed like DeAndre Jordan for a three, and you talking, yeah, and then DeAndre Jordan goes, ISO. Uh-oh, you trying to get long? Don't jump. Oh, no.
I just remember the bench. And every time I watch that play, I just remember his bench looking at him. Just like the Pistons bench was just like, oh. You
know, there was somebody in his earshot that was just like, nah. Hey, man. Shout out to this year. It's been a great year for posters, by the way. Travis Hunter gave us a Hall of Fame poster. Game winner poster. And then we coming back around and to the NFL and Javarius Ward, man. Look, he in the Scholastic Poster Book Hall of Fame right now.
3 straight weeks, dog. 3 straight weeks.
I knew it was bad when Amari got him because Amari don't post to nobody like that no more. Like, Amari ain't done something like that since he was playing Florida. Like, I think he had a catch like that in Florida in the SEC. He ain't done that in the NFL in a minute. Like, that was a gimme those. Yeah, it's been he been churning butter for a minute, man. I'm pretty sure Jamar Chase got him good.
He did. I think he had a one-hand catch on him. I think he had a one-hand catch on him yesterday.
Yeah. And it's getting to that point where so many people done cooked you to now it's like the Eli Apple problem where now everybody sees food when they see you. Well, Draymond Green had the funniest quote about this, and people got mad at him, but it's kind of true, where he was like, the dude they drafted in front of me didn't even look like an NBA player. And the reason that's important is because if you got a bunch of dudes that don't look like they should be in the league, people will try all kind of disrespectful shit that they would never try otherwise. Because they see you as food. And that was a situation to where they saw Javarius Ward as food, and now everybody like, oh, I got 7. Oh, watch it. Hey, T. Push out. Give me some space. Yep. Like, I would give you my best move. Yeah. Look, Javarius Ward, Travis Hunter learned at the hallway. It's tough.
It's tough, man. It's tough out here.
All right.